Hey guys, welcome back to Raid Shadow Legends. In today's video, I wanted to be able to talk about something that is both one of my favorite parts of these style of games, but also the worst part for where I'm at in the game at the moment, but it is something that can get you extra free stamina every day and some pretty solid gear for not really stressing too hard, but it does take a little bit of time, so I want to go through that, and that is the real-time arena, which you unlock at account level 50. Now, I will also give you guys a quick update on day 25 of the account after that as well. For those that want to see the update, keep track of where we're at on the Arbiter missions and trying to beat that. So if we come over here into Arena and we go to the live arena. Now, this live arena is... Once again, it's one of those things, like, I love live arena. If the game is brand new and you're just starting at launch, then live arena is real fun as everyone progresses through. Or if you're, if you're like 6 months to a year into a game and you've got some gears built up, you got some specific arena champions built up, it can be a lot of fun trying to grow through ranks. But when you just unlock it in a game that's been around for 6 years, this thing absolutely sucks, in my opinion. It's not fun at all. Once again, it is that thing that becomes more fun later on in the game. Now, there's two big reasons that you actually want to do this, and once again, it is a bit annoying. I'll talk about my strategy personally. You can see I've got 205 of these bronze shields, or whatever they call them. Now, those are going to be able to provide you area bonuses where you can get different stat bonuses through different areas. Now, this one is really interesting because it does give you ignore defense and speed buffs, and then it has all the different areas of the game that you can buff. Now, I'm holding out until I get my Demon Lord team completely sorted to see if I want to put a couple upgrades into Demon Lord. Otherwise, I'm probably going to play long term and give myself some Hydra boosts, because Hydra is that next level that we're going to look to once we get into, solid Ultra Nightmare clan boss. So that is what I'm looking at, but that is one thing, that is one reason you want to start doing this straight away, to try and get some more of those shields to start getting your upgrades. The other reason is we have some different rewards here. You can see we have general rewards along the way that you get for reaching milestones in points. Now, the great thing about the lower leagues, at least the Bronze League I know is like this, is that if you lose a game, you don't actually lose rating. So all you do is chip away at your wins. You can see I am at 17 live arena wins. I have had this unlocked for 3 days. Now, the other thing is, once you do 5 live arena battles, you will get a satchel, kind of like you do through the game for all the other arena styles, where you can refresh your attacks. So essentially, you can get 10 attacks per day. And the good thing is, over here, you can see that from 3 wins in the day, you actually get yourself 50 extra energy, which, especially as a free-to-play or a budget player, energy is gold. So being able to get that extra energy is really nice. You also get some autoplay tickets, but then you also get this chest if you can get to 5 wins. Now, I'll talk about this strategy if you're having trouble getting wins, how you can have up to like 15 attacks in one day, then have less attacks the next day, and then have 15 the day after that, based on using these satchels. But these chests, as you can see, even from down here in bronze, now this isn't the actual chest that this one is, because the chest, because I can't click it at the moment, it actually has the possibility to, you can get per month, you can actually get 1 legendary skill tome, which is really huge, but you can also get some gear. And I want to show you some of the gear pieces that I got dropped, once again, from the Bronze League. Now, I wasn't expecting this kind of gear to drop from the Bronze League, but it nonetheless did. So let me see if I can find it for you, and I'll show you guys the gear. So these are the gear sets that you get from it. And as you can see, these are the drops that I've had so far. I've been in the live arena for 3 days. The first day, I just did 3 wins for the energy, and I thought the chest was going to be trash, so I didn't bother. But then the next 2 days, I've actually done it, and I've gotten these pieces of gear. You can see, like, not the greatest stats, but it is nonetheless an epic 6-star. Dude, my bloody fat head is always in the way for this stuff. But yeah, it's an epic 6-star with pretty bad stats, but still, it's an epic 6-star with the effect of speed plus 12 and 12% chance to reduce a random skill cooldown by 1 turn. It is not a bad set. And once again, this one, we got speed. Let's just have a look, see if we can hit some speed in it just for a bit of fun. Look at that, 9 speed, not too bad. Anyway, I was hoping for the double. But yeah, we got those. And then this one is the crit damage, a plus 20%, 3% damage for every 25% HP this champion has. So once again, another one, but once again, 6-star boots and a 5-star chest. It ain't too bad. So once again, you can get some nice gear upgrades from this for really not even participating too much. So let's jump back over into the arena and have a chat about it, because I do think they run bots in this. From what I've heard from others, people think that there are bots. You will fight a lot of people without a guild, and to me that's a dead indication that it's a bot. And what happens is I have never lost more than 2 battles in a row in the live arena, because after you lose, it feels like it wants to give you a win, and they give me an enemy, and the enemy may be like really strong champions and stuff, but you get in and they have like no speed and you can just easy clap them. So my process for this is just been queue up. If it's a real person, you'll know because they have a guild. And if they look strong, I just put it on auto, or just like, I haven't left the battle yet because I'm not sure if that has a different interaction. So I'll just put it on auto once I do the picks, and away we go. But once you see someone, especially without a guild, then try and lock in, pay attention and jump in, because they will always ban your first champion from what I've seen, and they will always choose their first available champion to use as their leader. So just make sure you're putting someone in the first spot that you're happy to sacrifice. Once again, I can't show you because I have used all my attacks, but it's very simple. Just jump in, do it. Hopefully you find some easy wins, and away you go. Try and get yourself up to the 5 wins. Now, if you're struggling on your first day that you try this with 10 attacks to get the 5 wins, what I would recommend doing is then claiming your live arena battle extra tokens towards the end of the day, so that in the next day you have your 5 that you refresh the day with, plus the 5 that you claimed from the previous day, which lasts in your mail for 24 hours, plus the new day's 5. So you've got 15 attacks to get your 5 wins. That is the way I would go about it personally. But once again, this is just a great system to go ahead and get yourself some extra stamina and some pretty solid gear, or some chances at some pretty solid gear along the way. Once again, you do have these progression missions as well, which you can see for me, for like I've already gone through these progression missions. So I got extra energy refill, chicken, so on and so forth. And once again, through the bronze leagues, it seems like you don't actually lose ratings. So just over time, I'm going to keep plugging away. So I ideally use all my attacks every day, unless I am using that 15 attack on one day strategy, just so I can purely get as far as I can through these and get as many rewards as I can along the way. So that is kind of the tip that I have for live arena. Once again, it is not the most enjoyable thing to do, especially if you're a new player. You just hit level 50. It's a 6-year-old game. It really sucks because you can't really compete. You're building PvE teams. You don't really have a PvP team set up like me. And you know, it kind of sucks, but you can get some damn good rewards from it. So I definitely recommend doing it if you have the time and availability to do it. Also, the other thing you do is you can just hit start queue and put it in your pocket, walk away, or just just tab out of it, and you know, it'll auto select for you against the bots, and eventually hopefully you get a win that way. So different ways to do it depending on your time schedule, but that is the live arena. Now I want to jump in and give you guys a look at the account on day 25. We are towards the end of day 25. There is 12 minutes left until we get into day 26. And we'll give you guys an update because it's getting pretty close. It's getting pretty close. We have found a very big cheese in the arena. So you can see here that I am at, there is, if I move my head again, there is 8 hours and 11 minutes left in the arena season. And I have been swapping between Platinum and Gold 5 on and off this whole day. The fantastic thing about that is there is a build, and once again, this is my suspicion. I think there's a built-in system that if you're below Platinum League, you can only be attacked like whether it's 10 or 15 times a day or whatever it is. I think it's 10 times with 2 resets, one like at daily reset and one like 12 hours apart from it, or maybe 8 hours apart. I can't remember exactly what it is, but it feels like there is a cap on the amount of times you can be attacked per day in gold and below. However, in platinum, there is no limit to the amount of times you can be attacked. Another thing that I have found is when I go up to platinum and then someone beats me, if you look at my battle log here, if I go to my defense, see 6 minutes ago, after I got this win 12 minutes ago, someone beat me 6 minutes ago and sent me back down into gold 5. But it feels like after you get defeated, you have a higher chance. And this is nothing data mined. This is no evidence. This is just from my personal experience from playing through this. It feels like you have a higher chance of getting a weak enemy the next time. So basically, once I hit this point where I'm teetering on the edge of platinum, I win a game, I go up. Sometimes I have 2 enemies in my roster that I can beat, so I actually get a 5 medal win in platinum, which is fantastic. But otherwise, I get punched back down, and then I feel like I just keep getting weak enemies that I can hit. So you can see this refresh, I didn't. So we'll wait for the next one and see how we go. But I've been finding that to be a really nice cheese. Now, the reason this is very important is you can see I'm at 650 gold medals. The other thing is over here in the Arbiter missions, we are trying to unlock the level 9 affinity bonus, which for that we need the 900. So we're at 650, need 900. The next day after this daily reset in like 10 minutes, if we go over here to the dungeons, it's going to be Monday, which is the Spirit Keep. Now, before this Monday ends, I need to get those 900 medals so that I can go straight into clear stage 15 of the Spirit Keep 10 times on auto. I need to do that in the next 24 hours. Otherwise, I'm going to be really behind in my Arbiter missions for trying to beat the 34-day record. So that is what I am trying to do. I am going to be definitely buying extra arena tickets, and hopefully I can get enough enemies that I can defeat to get this one done. Then I will go ahead and do the Spirit Day, get that one out of the way. Then the following day will unlock the Force dungeon, which is very unfortunate because it's after magic. They really screw you in this. And because I'm going for the record, I will do something that I recommend no one do, but I will pay to unlock the 200 gems to unlock the magic dungeon. Then I will do the magic dungeon, and then I will do the Force dungeon because it will be unlocked naturally. And then I will pay to unlock the Void dungeon and do that so that I can get my Void champion up. Now, I still do also need to farm up a little bit more fodder to get my my Bellower to 6-star, and then I'll be able to do the level 6 ascension. All these guys are already waiting for their 6-star ascension. Then after that, the tier 6 mastery, I've got a little bit of farming left to do for this. And then I need to do this, which is easy done. And then I'm into the region of getting the 200 arena battles and the level 10. Now, the level 10 mathematically on 4 per win, I'm going to actually need 250 wins to do it. But then after that, it's just a matter of punching a ton of damage into the clan boss, and then we're on the home stretch. So that's where today is going to be the big push day where we try and do these refreshes. Once again, there we go. Oh no, it's a Thor, which is way too strong. This dude, way too much. Okay, we did get a free win. Gnut, the big Gnut. Dude, I love this guy. Just the nutcracker. Okay, so we get a free win there once again. You can see how it does seem to try and give us those weaker defenses. Now, unfortunately, this one, he's just going to spank me at 174k. This dude, he's like Armons. They're both disgusting on defense, and they wipe me if they're anything above like 50k power, so I'm not going to bother. But the old G-Nut, the G-Nut coming in clutch, giving me the free win. So that is huge. Like, honestly, I get excited. You have no idea. I have my 15-minute timer. The reason I went back there is because I got my 15-minute timer on my watch. And so I keep coming back here. Keep punching through this stuff, going up, and within the next minute or so, we will get punched back down into gold, and then hopefully on the next refresh, we get something decent. Now, once again, the daily reset is only, 7 minutes away, and that means I'm going to be able to get attacked more. So once that happens, I'm going to actually change my defense to a solid, like my best team defense, and hopefully some people miss attacking me, because once again, once the daily reset happens, then I get punched back down, and it takes the course of the day to get up to that platinum threshold. So we'll see how we go, but once again, trying to get those 900 medals in a day, which is basically we need now, what do we need? 250 medals in the day to get there. Now, based on your normal free arena attacks that you get 156 because you get 39 attacks free per day, 24 for the 24 hours, 10 for the ones that you get from the playtime, and then 5 from the advanced missions or whatever they call them. So, you know, we'll see how we go. 246 more medals in the day to be on track for the record for the Arbiter missions. Besides that, we did get our second clan boss full chest yesterday, which once again, we're not killing it, so I'm only getting one chest at a time. We did manage to get an epic skill tome from it, which I was pretty happy with. Besides that, you know, we're just cooking. I might actually try my Alice instead of my Elenaril, because Alice I've actually done masteries on, and I didn't do it on Elenaril because I didn't sort of preempt that, so that was a little mistake I made. So I might try these two, swapping them around. Plus Alice, by the time I need to do Demon Lord damage, she will be at 5 red stars. You know, so we'll see how that goes. She'll have the 5 red stars. She does have the brimstone, which is a little bit extra as well. Plus she has maxed out mastery, so that'll be a handy thing. He is the last one that I need to farm out that last mastery on. For that, we need 350. We're sitting at 60, so I need to farm another 290 of those bad boys, but I have got him 2-manning it with the Supreme Gallic, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue to go ahead and get his Giant Slayer. And then we should be cooking for damage. We've obviously got the War Master over here on the Mausoleum Mage. Now, he's not ideal in my clan boss team, but I am just still using him. My copium is that, you know, he has the War Master at least, and he does buff the defense for the Gnut, which allows him to deal that tiny bit extra damage. And also the defense buff is just nice for some survivability on in general. It's not as great as like the ally protects and stuff like that, but it is something nonetheless. Plus my gear isn't great, so my defenses aren't that high, so the defense buff just doesn't have the oomph behind it. Ideally, I would have him swapped out for something. Hell, even swapping him out for her or something like that. wouldn't be too bad because she does have the strengthen, which is much more effective than the defense buff. From what I understand, just based off my logic of my characters not having as much defense. So I think this would be better, but obviously, you know, I'm limited on what I can do. You know, if she was maxed out 100%, I'd put her in the team, but I only just got her for free. So it is what it is. You know, we've got to play with what we have built when we're trying to rush for these things. But eventually, maybe I will build her up and sub her into the team because she's a really nice free unit. But that is where we are at in the push for the Arbiter missions. Like I said, having an absolute blast with this. Dude, I'm honestly not sleeping. This is ruining my life. I need this to be over so that I can get back to a normal sleep schedule and not check the game every 15 minutes on a timer on my watch. My watch battery, this is how funny it is. My watch battery is not lasting a day anymore. It dies before the day's out because I got the timer running permanently on it. It's so bad. Anyway, guys, that's where I'm at. I'm having a blast in the game. As always, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.